Great to have your company wherever you might be watching around the world as we welcome you to the city of Melbourne in Southern Australia for the running of the 1998 GT Bicycles UCI World BMX Championship. This city, undoubtedly the sporting capital of Australia. The BMX World Championship has been staged in Australia before. That was at Brisbane in 1989. On this occasion, though, it comes to the Glass House in Melbourne. It's the first time this prestigious event has been staged indoors. It will be contested by no less than 27 countries in 1998. Big representation there. Riders from all over the world. Should be a great day, and I'm joined in commentary by Brendan Arnold, former New South Wales Coach of the Year and Australian representative BMX cyclist. G'day, Brendan.
How you going?
And a big field of riders, 90 Australians in fact involved in this. Some of the other remarkable statistics, 1,291 competitors in total. Well over 1,100 tonnes of earth has been moved into this stadium to construct this circuit, which by the way is 350 metres long. 200 volunteers have been involved in the construction of this track and all the work behind the scenes over the last month or so in preparation for the World Championships. As I've already said, riders from all over the globe, including several world champions. We've managed over the past few days to catch up with several of them.
I believe the track's very tight. Fortunately, it's indoors with the weather in Melbourne, but everybody's enjoying themselves.
Well, it is real hard because I'm racing elite. Elite is all the pros from every country, so we have about 200 riders. They're all good, so it's tough.
It's very tough, extremely tough. I'm one of the youngest. I just moved up, and it's just so hard. It's unbelievable. It's really tough.
He's under a little bit of pressure from the Swiss rider in the US.
It's a great world championship. You know, this year the track's a little bit small, but you know it's a track. I've been racing since 1981, so I mean I've raced all kinds of tracks. So you know, no complaining here. I'm just out here to do what I can to you know, like I said, defend my title.
There are the best racers in the world here right now, so it's gonna be a hard thing, and it's the hardest race in the world.
Not surprising to see several of the world's top riders not underestimating the challenge that lies ahead in the 1998 World BMX Championship. We have riders in this championship as young as 4. Here's a sample of the action from earlier this week. And now we present for you our first event on this program, the Under-16 Girls Final, and a great field, Brendan.
Yes, we have a few Australian riders, a lot of Australian riders in fact in this one. Tanya Williams probably one of the favourites from Australia. Kerry-Ann Lucas also riding well. See how they come.
You've just seen the gate positions, a big field, and we're set for a start, and just one lap. The action in all of the events tonight should take around the 40-second mark, perhaps a little more. Now watch out for the action in the first corner. It's been treacherous right throughout the week. There's been plenty of action there, and once again we're not disappointed. 2 of the Australian riders go down.
Yes, looks like Tanya Williams out in front there, as I said, dominating this one from the front.
Has a nice little lead, but certainly needs to respect the New Zealand challenger, now moving up beside the race leader. They're only separated by about 1 metre, with not that far remaining in this one.
Yeah, she comes through, heading into turn 4. This is a very flat little sweeper here. A lot of the riders have commented on this one. There's been a lot of falls all week, so hopefully she can hang it together.
A passage left up on the inside, which is going to enable the challenge of the Kiwi to move up into the race lead now, and I refer to Gemma Smedley from New Zealand And Gemma now might be safely home, approaching the finish line. The crowd goes up, and a great performance by her. Certainly worked very hard for it, chasing down the early race leader, Tanya Williams. Some of the congratulations and the adulation at the completion of that event. And our top 3 place getters in the under-16 girls final, Gemma Smedley from New Zealand, followed by Tanya Williams, the Australian, and Kerry Lee Lucas, another one of the Aussie girls, finishing on the podium in position number 3. And that race really reflecting the type of action you're going to be seeing a lot more of on today's program. And it's great to have your company wherever you might be watching as we look at a replay of the final stages.
Yes, Tanya Williams definitely took too wide a line there. As I said, that's a very flat corner, turn 4, and most of the riders have been commenting on that all week. And as you can see, the New Zealand rider just snuck underneath there, and once that's done, turn 5 is just too easy and away with the win.
Now we go to the under-16 boys finale. Who do you think we should be looking for?
Looking for a couple of riders here. Justin Crosby from Australia has been riding very well. You can't count out Dallas Meny, also from South Australia. He's been riding very well as well.
Once again, waiting now with no little expectations for the gate to drop. Away they go. It really is helter-skelter as they try to jostle for positions and assert early superiority. Look at the action here. Side by side they run, touching elbows. One almost gets over the top of the straw bales. And clear-cut race leader now. Good job.
Yeah, Justin Crosby's out in the lead. As I predicted there, you got second place of the, looks like the Netherlands rider is, pick a name there, as they come through. Justin Crosby riding very strongly.
Yeah, Crosby's opened up a very sizable lead here. He'd be happy with that. Really focused on the job at hand, getting across the top of the bumps. Some of the riders been suggesting the circuit is a little on the bumpy side this week. But that's to be expected, given the fact it's only been laid a couple of days ago. And what about this victory by Crosby? He's going to win by about 20 metres as he gets down towards the line. The crowd have certainly appreciated that. So has he. He waves his fist in delight. Scott Taylor coming home in second. And third, another Aussie, Dallas Meny, as we recap them for you.
Yeah, Justin Crosby, a very nice win. As you said, by about 20 metres. Scott Taylor, a good second, and I've predicted there Dallas Meny in the top 3 or 4 there, definitely in that one.
We can't underestimate the performance there by our race winner, Justin Crosby, to win by that sort of margin on a track that's only 350 metres in a race that's only 1 lap is very comprehensive indeed. More replay action of the action at the back of the pack, and that's sport.
Yeah, Michael Robinson dropped it there. He's thrown the joffer off his face. He's not in a happy mood whatsoever.
A big moment for all of these cyclists in the World Championship. Now we advance to the 19-plus challenge final, and a number of countries represented here.
Yes, we've got a few. We've got Brazil, Belgium, Venezuela in this one. The one to look out for is Andrew Cicutti from Australia. He's been riding very strong all week.
Cicutti, a model of consistency. Gates drop, away they go over the first jump. And again, the first corner will sort the men out from the boys. A big stack back in the pack.
Oh, he's thrown the handlebars over there.
A rider going down. Fortunately, he emerges unscathed. No injuries to report. Gets back on the bike and will charge from the back of the pack. Race leader, though, is Cicutti, as predicted by our expert commentator, Brendan Arnold, who's himself competed against a number of these riders over the years. There he is, out in front. Plenty of clean air ahead of him.
Yes, he's in a good position there through turn 4. If you can keep that lead through the pack there, you've basically got the race won.
Now James Arnold moving up into second. Well, the Aussies have really been dominating the finals so far on the program. Great to see.
Yes, most definitely. The crowd's pumped up there as well.
Andrew Cicutti gets home. Congratulations to him, and also the runner-up on that occasion, James Arnold. And Sean Edwards rounding out a fabulous result for us, the Australian riders contesting the 19-plus challenge final. No shortage of action. It's been happening.
It has been happening, especially in that 19 challenge class. It's been a big class all week.
A couple of riders dusted, busted and disgusted as they've bitten the dust. And just look at this action. Gee, collarbones and wrist injuries would be prevalent in BMX action as they high side over the top of the handlebars. Hope you're enjoying the action of the Melbourne Glasshouse, the world titles for 1998. Here's more action from earlier this week. Thanks for joining us wherever you might be watching. Welcome back to Melbourne, Australia for the running of the 1998 GT Bicycles UCI World BMX Championship. Indoors for the first time at this marvellous facility in Melbourne. And now we approach the elite male 1 to 16s. My expert co-commentator is Brendan Arnold. Take us through the action here. Some big names in the sport.
Yes, we have from Australia David Hassel there. Looks like also from Great Britain Neil Wood. He's in there on the number 7 bike as they come into turn 1. This is a very, very slippery corner. This weekend you can see, they've just absolutely crashed everywhere. There are a lot of riders been commenting about the corner this weekend. It's very slippery.
It's been a highlight for the spectators all week, a low light for the riders. That first corner. Man out in front is Roy van Leur from the Netherlands. Very highly regarded in this sport. And by virtue of that accident, that mayhem on the first corner, he looks to me as though he's going to cruise home on this one effortlessly.
Oh, he'll take this one for the win, I'd say, from here through turn 4.
He's hardly pumping on the pedals.
He's not even moving. He's through the pack there, and you can see he's even gaining speed.
In second spot is the American Robbie Miranda aboard bike number 6, who is trying hard, but the man from the Netherlands is going to get home comfortably, cruise us home, use no petrol at all.
Yes, he's done it very easily there. Second place looks like Robbie Miranda, and Dale Holmes picks up a nice third in that one.
And Mike Hadjek, the other American. So the Netherlands, the US, Great Britain, and the Land of Stars and Stripes rounding out the top 4 in that particular event. And the action here at the Melbourne Glass House now set to continue. And once again, terrific international representation, 27 countries. And some of them, as you can see, are not going to have fond memories of this particular course.
Not at all. As you can see, turn 1 there, it's an absolute disaster. Everyone's gone over it. There's a couple of Australians mixed up in that, and there's Neil Wood as well, one of the top Great Britain competitors, just trying to find his bike.
Been happening all week, hasn't it? And now the elite males, 1 to 16, set for a start. Another one-lap journey. Doesn't sound far, but it takes plenty of athleticism, lots of commitment and adaptability. The action at the back is fast and furious. About 4 riders have gone down.
As they come round, looks like Gary Ellis, the former 5-time world champion. He's hit the front as he goes over the big doubles there. He'll hit turn 3, absolutely smoking in front.
Zilard Zerdok is up running second. Adney Årstad, the Norwegian, also one to watch out for coming into calculations. But the Americans proving very hard to catch in this segment of the program. It's Gary Ellis. How physical, how tough is this track?
Oh, it's a very physical track. You can see here as they hit the pack, it's absolutely pumping on the arms. But these guys are professionals. They train 3 or 4 times a day, 2 or 3 hours a day, and they're just they're well prepared for it.
That's the sort of commitment it takes from a physical point of view. And he gets home, the American, Gary Ellis. Zilard Zerdok has been officially awarded second place. Adney Årstad from Norway, and Jerry Barters, the American. So once again, America proving to be very strong in this segment of the program. And nice to see the Norwegian, the Scandinavian up there too, Adney Årstad, who's been fairly consistent in his BMX career thus far. We've talked about the physical commitment. There's a replay for you of the action at the back of the pack. What about the cost? What sort of monetary input does one need to be successful in this sport?
Well, a lot of these guys are sponsored professionally, but you're looking at, your sort of $5,000 bikes here. A lot of people don't think the BMX bikes cost that much, but it's definitely a very high-costing sport.
Now, further action from the elite males, 1 to 16s. Another American is a gun competitor here, Danny Nelson. Watch out for him on bike 451. Away they go. Can they get through the first corner safely this time around? In fact, it is Nelson to whom I've referred. He's raced to the lead, and look, another 3 riders down. That first corner is becoming quite infamous.
Oh, Thunder Danny Nelson's absolutely come out and smoked him away. He's ahead by about 10 metres now. We have got an Australian there in third place, Tony Harvey. He looks like he's riding very consistently.
Across the pack jumps, as they're called in BMX, if you're a Supercross fan, as many people would be from around the world, they're affectionately known as stutters. But packs in BMX racing, there's no catching this American on this occasion. Danny Nelson, the man you now are watching on screen, and he's taking it fairly easy, it's got to be said, looking over the shoulder. He knows he's going to get the job done comfortably here. Why use up too much energy if you don't have to? He gets home comfortably, Nelson. From the USA, Robert de Wilde, another rider from the Netherlands. They're proving to be a force in this World Championship event. Tony Harvey in third, and Florent Bott from France getting home in 4th position. The Melbourne Glasshouse hosting the 1998 GT Bicycles UCI World BMX Championship. And another recap of the action for you in the first corner.
Yes, looks like an Australian rider went down there. Looks like Andrew Sexton with that. Todd Lyons, the wild man from America. They've absolutely just gone right over the corner. see another replay here, and as they come in, it's just absolutely takeout city, that corner, as they go into the wall there at GT corner.
With the amount of accidents we've had on that first corner, you'd think that, I suppose, more of the riders would exercise some self-preservation, but it is the World Championship.
They got nothing to lose.
I guess the self-preservation is really not their major consideration. Away we go again. And I wonder how the first corner will pan out on this occasion. Look at them go. And we might have them going through there safely for the first time. This is big action. And an Australian is the race leader, Darren Hawkins, at the moment. He's being hounded by Nordmark of Norway, who's currently in second, and the Norwegian throwing wheel stands across the top of these jumps. The Australian, Hawkins, is getting plenty of support from the home crowd.
Absolutely, he's absolutely flying. He's the current Australian champion at the moment, riding for Factory Cassock, so he's going very nicely out in front, roundabout by about 10 metres at the moment.
Doing a fantastic job, urged on by this big crowd, well over 10,000 people attending the 1998. Whoa, he's made a major error across the last jump. The Norwegian is going to get home, and he can't believe it himself. Nordmark will take the victory. Hawkins fell across the line in second. At least he's grinning. In fact, he's smiling like a carpet snake in a fowl house.
He's absolutely lost it. Yes, he's flipped the bike there and he's absolutely come down, but he will qualify for the next round. The top 4 riders do go through to the 8th, so he has had a bit of luck there.
And that's all important. We should take a moment to explain the format. This has been a 5-day World Championship event, which started on Wednesday, and a lot of racing for the competitors.
Yes, they have 3 qualifying rounds. Now, basically, they qualify through to their first place results. They qualify to the 16th in this elite class. They take the first 4 from each race, and finally we'll get down to an 8-man final.
Talk us through what happened here. The race leader, the Australian, drops it right on the line.
Oh, I think he's got a bit cocky there. He's lifted the front wheel up and he's thought, I've won this one, and he's come across, but luckily he's grabbed his bike and thrown it across the line to make the top 4.
All right, set for more action. The gates drop at the Melbourne Glass House. And more frantic action up front. Michael Prokop, the Czech rider. Oh, a fall. The leader's gone down. 2 over the top of him. It's spokes and handlebars all over the place. The crowd again goes up. And I think you'll find the Czech rider to whom I was about to refer as one of the big guns in this event. I think you'll find he's taken the lead. In fact, Michael Prokop is the rider from the Czech Republic out in front.
Yes, he's riding very well at the moment. He's opened up a gap. Just because of that crash, I think they've all come out of turn 1 and lost it completely.
Tomoharu Agaki from Japan currently runs in second. Well, there's no doubt the fluctuating fortunes of BMX World Championship competition have been on display tonight. The first corner has created havoc for many of the fancied runners, and the Czech rider gets home, Michael Prokop. You will find the Japanese entrant, Tomoharu Agaki, has been awarded second place. Glenn Porter, the Australian, is third, and Daniel Jorge from Brazil rounding out the top 4.
Yeah, some good racing from these 17-18 junior elites. They're the up-and-coming pros in this sport, and they're the ones who are trying to achieve what we've seen in the 8/16ths of the senior elite.
You're listening to expert commentary from Brendan Arnold, former Australian representative, has ridden in these World Championship events, and the action, well, nothing prepares you for that, does it? You spend the money, you work hard for years in working up to this level of competition. It can all be lost in one corner.
Exactly. We've seen all day today. They've just been taking them out in that first corner, GT corner. It's been very, very hairy.
Okay, now the first semi-final in junior elite male, and it's crunch time because only the top 4 transfer to the final. Plenty of pressure here on the 8 competitors, and really when looking for a winner here, it's tough because there's 4 outstanding cyclists.
Yes, we have Brent Moiselle and Luke Medill from Australia, and also Chad Hernandez and Brendan Meadows from America, all standout competitors this weekend.
Waiting for the gate to drop, away they go. Silence around the glass house until they go racing. Now the crowd starts to warm up as the action does likewise. Here's the first corner again. They've got through there safely. You'll find your race leader is Luke Medill at the moment. And Medill, an Australian rider, looks like he's going to show them the way home and transfer for the all-important final.
Most definitely. As he comes into the big tabletop here into turn 3, he's absolutely flying. Brent Moiselle's also going well in second place for Australia.
The American Brandon Meadows is up running third. You'll find that's probably about the way they're going to finish in this one, as our leader continues now to increase that lead. Medill really proving hard to catch.
Yes, he's definitely going out for it now. He's over the camel, coming up to the big doubles at the finish line. He'll take this one from here.
Great performance, and likewise the second man home, Brant Moiselle. A pretty close result in the end. Then Brandon Meadows, the American, and the Brazilian Daniel Jorge coming home in 4th place. The racetrack's starting to break up noticeably on the low line, on all of the corners really around this 350-metre track. But congratulations to Medill, Moiselle, Meadows and Jorge. They are through to the final. Try and have a look here at the inside, the low line, if that's the right way to describe it too. Really starting to break up. That shot there will show it. You can see potholes on the inside.
Yes, you can see all the riders coming underneath. It's probably the easiest way to make a move on there on turn one, and they're just pushing the other riders high, and you can see that they're making the cracks on the inside.
If you may have just joined us, you're watching the 1998 GT Bicycles UCI World BMX Championship. Now the second semi-final. Another 4 transfer spots up for grabs in this event.
Yes, we have a couple of Australians also in here, Kieran Foster and Jamie Gray. The other rider, the French rider, is also one to watch out for. Don't forget the Great Britain rider, Stephen Murray, also there with a good chance.
What about Angelo further back in the pack as the gates now drop, and it is fury as they head towards the first corner. If you've been watching the program from the outset, you'll know how many top-line competitors have been brought undone. Another one on this occasion. Meantime, Stephen Liraldi, the American, has found his way to the front and fairly comfortably. I just caught a glimpse of another couple of riders in the background dropping it at about half race distance. We've got about half a lap to go now.
Yes, they come into turn 4, this very flat turn 4. We have one rider down at the moment. They just look like they've made it through on the inside. I think the American rider will go through in this one.
He will indeed. Sven Neff is running in second, and we have a rider hurt. He was one of the guys going down in the background, well, I alluded to earlier. Meantime, Liraldi takes the victory and is very happy about it, the American. Second, Sven Neff. Mikhail Deldicki from France and Jamie Gray, the other Australian, getting home in 4th spot. They all transfer now to the final. A bit of concern over that fallen rider who's now receiving medical attention here at the Melbourne Glasshouse.
Yes, as they come in, you can see the American rider dominated from the start, and it's important to get out in front in these races because the slingshot, or hole shot as they like to call it, is very important on such a tight track.
And you can also see the importance, Brendan, that the straw bales play
They do
in
indeed.
constructing the racetrack. They are a major safety asset. Now the first semi-final for the girls, and likewise 4 qualifying spots up for grabs. It doesn't come any tougher than this.
Yeah, Heather Bruns is the absolute standout in this race from the USA. She's the current ABA champion in America, and she'll be very hard to beat, especially as well as Tanya Bailey from Australia.
And also a Brazilian here worth looking for is Gobin, is the way the surname is pronounced. Away we go now, and 3 of the girls really battling for supremacy early in this one, or 2 have gone down at the back. Fortunately, not carrying a lot of speed, which helps you to emerge unscathed from those incidents.
Yes, most definitely the girls not quite creating as much speed as the guys, but then again they're going very fast.
Now, Isgobin is in fact the race leader, the Brazilian Ana Flavia Ribeiro Isgobin. Thank you very much. And got a nice lead too. In second it's Bailey.
Yes, Bailey's riding very well from Australia. As I said, Heather Bruns as well. She's on the 3rd place bike and she's riding very nicely as well.
Great thing about this sport is that you get to see plenty of females enjoying the sport and just as committed as the men. And across the line it was Ana Flavia Ribeiro Isgobin getting home and taking a very solid victory and therefore qualifying for the final. Tanya Bailey, the Australian, in second, then Heather Bruns from the US of A and Caroline Brugen from the Netherlands getting across the line in 4th position to take the final qualifying position from that first semi-final.
Yes, as you can see, one of the riders has gone down in backplay. Looks like a Great Britain rider, but the Brazilian rider rode very strongly there. Also the Australian rider picking up the 2nd place in that one.
Now the second semi-final, the pressure well and truly on here, and all the riders involved are well aware of that fact. And a great variety of nations once again represented in this particular event. Diaz is certainly worth watching for, the Argentinian, the American also Kittner, and perhaps the Canadian Des Roches, Melanie that is, will also figure in this one. But a great field. It's hard to pick the outcome of any of these races in the World Championship. Such is the intensity of the competition. All important first corner again, and another 2 go down. Well, it is getting frustrating, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Well, I mean, they've been training a long time for this, and these are knockout semis at the moment, so it's tough for the competitors to get back and get in the top 4.
Hope you're enjoying the World Championships wherever you might be watching. A battle royale occurring up front there, side by side, as I head over the packs in this second girls semi-final. It's Diaz, the Argentinian, and the American Kittner. Jill, and she is currently in second, the American. Interesting to note the mask being worn by some of the competitors in the field.
Yes, it's basically just a safety reason. It is not compulsory, but it is good in case there is an accident and to save your face.
Okay, and it's important to save your face, let's face it, particularly at such a young age. Diaz takes it The Argentinian getting across the line as the winner in the second semi. Kittner from the US of A, followed by Des Roches from Canada, and Cornelius, the German, will round out the top four, therefore qualifying for the main event.
Yes, you can see Diaz, as we can show the action coming into turn one. Very nice little move. It's nice to stick nice in the middle of this corner as you can pump through the corner, as they call it, get speed out and avoid those crashes as we're seeing now into that big wall there.
And now it's finals time for the junior elite females. 8 competitors, and really this is the business end of proceedings. Brendan Arnold.
Yes, most definitely. They're coming to crunch time now. This is where the money's made and the trophies are won, and this is the junior elite females final. Couple to look out for in this one. Tanya Bailey from Australia, also Diaz from Argentina, and Bruins from USA. She's coming out very strongly out of the gate.
Watch for Bruins. Heather, the American rider. In fact, she has taken the race lead in this final. Moving quickly into second spot is Diaz, who you saw brilliantly win the semi-final a little earlier on the program, the Argentinian, but it's all the American, Heather Bruins, a mile in front, to use an expression.
Yeah, she's gone through the pack there. She hits the tabletop into turn 3 as she comes through to the camel, then into the doubles and into turn 4, and she's dominating this race from the start.
Another American, looks like finishing inside the top 3, Kittner. Jill is comfortably in third spot. There's your leader, though, Heather Bruins, really cruising. Doing it with seemingly consummate ease on the last straight now.
Yes, at the moment she'll come through to the double. She'll take this one, so she'll put the hand in the air and she's very happy.
And the American takes the final, a little casual about it, in fact, as she went across the line. Second spot will go to Diaz, Kittner third, but there's no doubting the winner of that event, Heather Bruns, the American, doing it in sensational fashion.
Yeah, she's come out of the gate absolutely flying there. She's got the slingshot. She's over the first jump and she's away. As you can see in that race, she opened up a gap right into the first corner. As you can see here, she comes out nice and strong on the pedals, head up. As she comes out, she's dominated from the start, and the other riders in there have just basically eaten the dust in that one. Into turn 1, you can see she's putting the power down now, and you can see she's opened up 3 or 4 metres on the rest of the pack. As she comes through the doubles, dominating from the start, looks like gold medal material from here.
No one was able to get close at this point of proceedings, as the American really bolted away with that one, hence taking the gold medal, the silver to Diaz and the bronze to Kittner. Now it's the men's final.
Yes, looks like in this one Brendan Meadows has been riding very strongly. Also Luke Medill from Australia riding very well, and the other one to look out for is Michael Deldecki from France. He's riding very, very strongly.
3 Aussies involved in this final, and the start just so important. Let's watch for the gate. You've got to get a good start and pile on the power and the pressure from the outset. Away they go. Meadows over on the inside was the best out of the start, in fact, the American, and already leads by a metre or 2. Now whipping up on the inside is the Frenchman Del Dyke, and another rider down as he tried to exit that first corner, which has been playing havoc with everybody throughout the week that has been the World Championships this year.
Yes, it has indeed, but looks like Brendan Meadows absolutely so strong in this one. He came out of gate 1, got the slingshot and dominating from the start.
Crowd really getting behind the American. The Australian Medill is trying hard. In fact, now secures third on the racetrack. Will take a medal in this particular final. But once again, the American really dominating proceedings. Great battle. Here comes the Australian down the outside when it was all over, but not close enough. Del Dyke, you'll find, will finish second, but congratulations to the American. The gold medal to Meadows, Del Dyke in second, and the Aussie boy Luke Medill coming up with the bronze medal. Great result.
Yes, the American rider, you can see from the inside there on lane 1, absolutely dominated with the start. Luke Medill also from lane 8 had a very nice start, and also Jamie Gray on from lane 4 there. But as you can see, powering out of the gate from lane 1, it's very crucial to get that good start because the inside corner means everything on this turn 1. But as you can see, powering out of turn 1, Brendan Meadows had it shot about 3 or 4 metres out there into the big swatch doubles there. And as they come through, he had a big lead about round turn 3.
Goes back to what I mentioned a little while ago on the program. If you can power out of the start, keep up the pressure, you're going to be hard to catch, particularly on such a technically difficult course as this one at the Melbourne Glasshouse. As we also watch at the bottom of our screen, another rider getting into trouble. Now it's a quarter-final for the elite males. 6 combatants on this occasion, and again a number of countries involved. 4 from France, Australia and the American Charles Townsend.
Yeah, some good riders in this one. Thomas Ellier has been on fire this weekend, the man to catch from the lead. Chris Jongwood, also from Australia, has had a bit of luck this weekend. We'll see how they come out of the gate.
Okay, and the gate now drops. You'll find probably that Alia will be pushing his way towards the front of this pack. His fellow countryman Labagang is also making good progress. Once again, we see riders falling on the first corner. Meantime, though, Alia is really showing the way home.
Yes, he is. These French riders are very, very smooth on these rhythm sections as they come through into the tabletop and turn number 3. He's dominating from the lead.
Alia has been a model of consistency throughout the week, and really no surprise to see this man showing such dominance in this quarter-final. He knows he's home and hosed in this one, and is riding accordingly.
Oh, indeed he is. You can see there that the Australian's actually in 4th place as well, coming through with a bit of luck there, but he's gone through for a very nice win, Ellier, in that one.
Dominated by the trio of French riders. Alia, the winner, Labagang in second, Cabizas coming home in third, and the Aussie Jongwood, Christopher, getting home in 4th position to take the last transfer spot.
Yes, very, very nicely done. The crowd's gone absolutely ecstatic at his win. He's only a youngster. He's only just turned 19, so it's good to see him mixing it with most of the French riders in this event. As you can see in the replay, Ellier actually came out dominating in this event. Charles Townsend was on the outside there, but he's dropped the model as they come round. As you can see, the rest of the French riders coming through as well. But he's got the power down in the first turn, and he's come out absolutely flying. You can see the Australian rider there, Jongwood, coming through. He picked up the 4th place in that race.
Next up on the program for you is the second quarter-final in elite males, and 4 transfer spots up for grabs. And we have here 6 riders to do battle over another one-lap journey. Blistering lap times here tonight as well, as the pressure mounts in quest of gold here at the World Championship for 98. 5 times world champion Gary Ellis, the American, has been stranded at the start. That's a huge boil-over.
Yes, absolutely. As they come around, Gary Ellis, the most winningest rider in history, has absolutely hit the gate there. But as they come, it looks like Dale Holmes has taken the lead.
And finds himself under pressure from Purcell. I can't believe Ellis got stranded at the starting gates. You see it happen periodically, but you don't expect one of the all-time greats of this sport to have that sort of problem in a race of such importance. Purse up front, and Holmes really battling hard for the gold. Potential chance at gold anyway. They're side by side as they get close to the line. You'll find the American Purse has been able to get there in the end. Holmes was not too concerned by it. He still gets into the main event anyway. And Liv Ovor Nordmark, the Norwegian, was third. The other American, Jerry Barters, coming home in 4th. In the second quarter-final, another 2 to come very shortly.
Yes, as you can see, Gary Ellis dropped it at the start there, but we're going to see the replay coming out of straight number 3 here, and it looks like the Australian rider was the one who was pushing the envelope there in 4th to try and get through, and he'll have the crash. But Dale Holmes dominated from the start there, and as you can see, Darren Hawkins will come on the inside here, absolutely losing it, pushing it to go for that 4th place, but it was a good win there by Dale Holmes in that race.
If you may have just joined us, more than 200 volunteer personnel have been involved in constructing this course for the World Championships of 98. As we now approach the third quarter-final, and well over 1,100 metres of earth to construct the track. It really is a logistical nightmare.
Yes, it is indeed. In this race, we've got a couple of hot runners. We've got Dylan Clayton from Great Britain and also Jamie Starr from Great Britain.
Clayton perhaps the one to watch as we see them underway in the third quarter-final. He now races to the front. Dylan Clayton, the British rider, or 2 more down at the back. Well, one managed to stay on board, which was a very nice piece of riding.
Indeed. Bradley Hawkins was the other Australian rider there that dropped it down in front, but it looks like out in front, it looks like Dylan Clayton going for it at the moment.
Jamie Staff, you'll find, is running second. We see another example here of a big victory potentially coming up for the man that currently leads, although he starts to ease back a bit now. Reminding you, rather, that the first 4 do advance to the semi-final. So once you're up front, there's really no need to push too hard and risk injury.
No, definitely not in this race. These 4 have gone through and they'll just be cruising it through.
In one of the most leisurely race times of the night, they really were cruising in the end. Dylan Clayton, the victor, Jamie Staff in second, Danny Nelson of America in third place, and Andy Contes, also of America, rounding out the top 4 positions. So Great Britain, America, the Australian Bradley Shawkins finishing in 5th.
Yes, we're going to see the replay. You can see the smooth style of Dylan Clayton from Great Britain. He's gone through turn 1 there, kept out of trouble, and you can see a couple crashing here. Danny Nelson and Bradley Hawkins from Australia has gone through, had a big spill on turn 1. It was a good ride from Dylan Clayton to clear out in front and win that race.
Now the last quarter-final comes your way. 3 Americans engaged in this event, a Frenchman, a rider from the Netherlands as well, and the Netherlands have been strong in this World Championship at the Glass House in Melbourne throughout the week. Smith, Tomko, De Wilde, a couple of outstanding riders involved as we go racing in the 4th men's quarter-final. And as always, the action is tight as they approach the first corner. Let's see if they can get through there and stay out of harm's way. They've done so, and that's been a rarity in this championship chase so far tonight.
Yes, we haven't had many races where there hasn't been a crash, but it's always exciting for the crowd to see those incidents happen anyway.
Smith is your race leader, the American. The second American, Kevin Tomko, runs in second. You'll probably find the order won't change too much from there. The orange-jerseyed rider is De Wilde from the Netherlands. He's in third. And another American, Veltman, runs 4th on the racetrack.
Yeah, Steve Veltman, a very strong rider at the moment. He's been riding for a long time, but as they come through, that was a good win by Brian Schmidt.
You'll find, in fact, that De Wilde, the rider from the Netherlands, got up and pitched third right on the line. So recapping them for you, Smith from the US of A, the winner. Kevin Tomko second, his fellow American. Then Robert De Wilde from the Netherlands in third, and Steve Veltman, another one of Uncle Sam's representatives, finishing in 4th and taking the last transfer spot to the semi-finals.
Once again, that one you can see Tomko came out strong, but Brian Schmidt with the head up absolutely had the power down from the start on that Huffy bike. He came through very nicely. Also, Veltman had a nice ride through the first turn, but he cleared out, had the line into that first corner, which, as we've seen, is very, very important in this World Championships. And as he comes through, he's just taken that nicely over the camel, pushed it through. He dominated from the start, and there was no surprise he'd take the win in that one from Kevin Tomko.
We hope you're enjoying the action from the 1998 BMX World Championships from this marvellous stadium, the Glass House in Melbourne, which, by the way, was utilised for the swimming discipline at the 1956 Olympic Games. You've seen plenty of crashes. If you'd like to see some more, stay with us. Here they come. It's time for semi-finals action. In this segment, you'll see the semis in both the men and the women. And then, of course, the big finals when the ultimate gold medal in BMX racing is up for grabs. And I'm joined by Brendan Arnold. And the first semi-final is the elite women. And once again, no shortage of talent on display here.
We have the current world champion, Rachel Marshall, and Heidi Kempshaw, the other Australian rider who's been riding very strongly all weekend as well.
The World Championships last year in Canada, that was Rachel Marshall's greatest moment. Could she do it again in 1998? Well, she's certainly putting her best foot and will forward because she leads this one.
Yeah, she's come through there into turn 3 looking very strong. She's a very, very strong rider, Rachel. When she gets out in front, there's no stopping her.
The other Aussie, Heidi Kempschel, runs in second, and this will be an Australian Quinella in the first semi-final for the women, and they really are streeting the opposition. Bushes runs in third position from the Netherlands, and the two Australian girls run side by side. They almost touch elbows, in fact, inside the last corner of this particular event, and the reigning world champion is going to get home very comfortably in this one and transfer to the final. Recapping the result for you, Rachel Marshall, the winner in the first semi-final. Heidi Kempschel finishing in second. Bridget Buschers from the Netherlands in third, and Sana Olsen from Sweden in fourth position there. The second semi-final is next, but first let's take a look at some of the action again on the replay.
Yes, as you can see, Heidi actually came out of that turn 1 in a very strong position out in front, but as Rachel does, she powers past the competition, comes into turn number 3 there, puts on the pedals around the outside and just takes her and dominates from there as they come through.
27 countries involved in the 1998 World Championship. Again, various nations involved in this second semi-final.
Yes, you can see there from Australia, Natasha Williams, former world champion. She's very, very strong. Michelle Cairns, also from the USA. She's very, very quick. And Karine Gubbles from the Netherlands, also one to watch.
If you're wondering how long the World Championship of BMX racing has been established, it commenced in the late 70s. Away we go now. The gates drop. Who will it be? Natasha Williams got a terrific start. So too did the American girl, Michelle Cairns. She races hard towards the front. Then McGilvray, another American, is up there as well. As they now settle themselves down, it is the Australian girl, Natasha Williams, leading them.
Yes, as she comes through the factory red line rider, she's coming through very nicely through the rhythm section, pumping away through over the camel into turn number 3. Michelle Cairns also on a tail there from the United States, the former NBL champion.
Michelle Cairns really trying hard. Look at the crowd on the left-hand side and look at the action. A rider or two, in fact, has gone down. The crowd are leaning over the fence. They're belting on it, trying to get their favourite rider home. And in this case, it is Natasha Williams. Look at the gap she's opened up in this second semi-final. She's going to win this very easily and transfer to tonight's main event. Pulling up on the line. Great performance. Michelle Cairns home in second. Then Marie McGilvray, the American lady. And the Netherlands once again rounding out the top 4. Karine Gubbles getting home in fourth position. That was a very comprehensive performance by Natasha Williams, who managed to shake off the challenge, and it was a fairly aggressive one too from Michelle Cairns.
Yeah, she pushed it from the start, as you can see there, used a weight, pushed it weight forward, come on the inside there. As I said, the inside's a very important line on turn 1 GT corner. We've seen a lot of spills in there. She kept her line very straight, kept it, pushed it through, and then took it into the swatch doubles there and pushed it through for the win.
Well, the tempo now starts to increase. We're getting to the very serious end of proceedings in the 1998 World Championships. Now the first semi-final for the elite men. Great field. One of the riders worth watching here is Liv Ove Nordmark, the Norwegian, who's been in blistering form this week. Not in the semi-final for any flukish reason, I can assure you. A very worthy contender. Set for a start. The gates now drop. Who will it be as they race towards the first jumps and hence the first corner, which has created so many problems for riders this week. Oh, big fall up front. Two riders have gone down. There's bikes, spokes, pedals and handlebars all over the shop. The Norwegian has taken the lead. Liv Ove Nordmark, and he's looking very hard to catch in this semi-final.
Yes, riding very strongly there. He comes through. I think in the second place there you'll find it looks like it might be Thomas Ellier. He's going very well. And also the Australians in the third place, which he may qualify at this stage.
Yeah, the Frenchman, Alliard, now moving up closer. Gee, look at this for a great battle. It's the Norwegian, Nordmark. He's not safe by any stretch of the imagination. The Frenchman, Allier, is there. Then Jean Gawad, the Australian, is close enough too if he has some luck across the line. He's into the final. Up goes the hand in delight, and he's rapt about that. The winner was Liv Ove Nordmark from Norway. First man into the final, Thomas Allier, the Frenchman, in second. Christopher Jean Gawad, the Australian, in third. And Dale Holmes from Britain is the fourth man through into the final. That was a great race, one of the best we've seen all week.
Most definitely. Nordmark flew from the start there, but you can see a big crash here coming up. Two French riders cleaning up each other. You can see that the Australian riders come through, Chris Jongerwood, but Nordmark's gone through. He's put the power down. Ellier's also come through nicely. Predicted a good win for him.
Second semi-final action, another one-lap scramble to sort the men from the boys in quest of a World Championship BMX gold medal. The second semi-final, another 4, in fact the final 4 transfer spots. That's what they're fighting for on this occasion. Some very hot Americans involved in this. Watch the gate, concentration, the power. They now turn it on, racing over the first jump, and they are fairly evenly spread out across the track. They're not giving any quarter here. Oh, 2 down, 3 down. Oh, one of them getting all tangled up. One of the American riders, Robert de Wilde from the Netherlands, in that familiar orange jersey. They are such a strong cycling nation. He's out in front.
Yes, as they come through, it's the 2 factory GT riders, de Wilde and Contes, the youngster there. He's only 19 years old as well. He's come through in the second place, and also Nelson there picking up the third for USA.
The Dutch rider clearing out. Now the American mounting a challenge, Andy Contes. I don't think he'll be too concerned about taking any undue risks if he stays in second. He's into the final, he knows that. And the Dutchman takes it comfortably, cruising in fact towards the finish line. Andy Contes, the American, is second. Another American, Danny Nelson, in third position. And then from Great Britain, Dylan Clayton, taking the last transfer spot to the final. And speaking of the finals, they are next on the program. Pick your favourite seat wherever you might be watching and buckle up some hot, the best BMX action in the world.
As you can see, de Wilde cut under Contes there. Contes had a very nice start, but we've had about 4 riders go down all over the place. Looks like, as we can see there, Holmes and Clayton all got mixed up in that, but de Wilde came out, as I said, on the inside, a nice tight line. He's snugged the corner there, and he's come out in the lead, and Contes has gone with him as well.
Some fabulous action. And this racetrack at the Glass House in Melbourne, the circuit has produced a bit of everything. Now we've got the elite, the male final, and one would think the major contenders here, the reigning world champion, the Australian, Rachel Marshall, and Marie McGilvray, the American. They've been the 2 running white hot all week.
Yes, most definitely. Rachel, as we saw in a semi-final, absolutely dominated from the start. She should do again in this final.
Marshall, out of gate number 7, won the junior world title last year. This time she's looking for the gold medal in the senior championship. Riders have gone down. They mean business, don't they? Why not? The gold medal, the world title up for grabs. And the young Aussie girl, Rachel Marshall, has taken the race lead. Can she manage to hold off the challenge from the American girl, who certainly is not to be underestimated, Marie McGilvray? Terrific racing. The young Australian Rochelle Marshall is certainly proving the one to catch here. They're separated by about 3 metres. Great stuff by the Aussie girl.
Yeah, she's coming through into turn 4, this flat turn 4, holding it together. She's clipped in at the moment, as you'll find there, so she's got plenty of power down through the rhythm section as she hits the last turn. She looks like a red-hot paper from here.
She's got about 60 metres to go before she claims the gold medal, and the 1998 World BMX Championship goes to Rachel Marshall. Great performance. Congratulations, thoroughly deserving. The runner-up, the American Marie McGilvray, and third, the rider from the Netherlands, who's been consistent all week, Bridget Bushes. But there you go, the crowd have got what they've come to see.
Yes, you can see we're going to show this replay now. As they come down the first straight, Rachel got tangled up with Heidi Kempshaw and Natasha Williams, but the former world champion Michelle Cairns from the USA's dropped it there. She's come on the inside with the number 1 plate on. But you can see Rachel's hung on, stuck to the inside there, and she's come through, taking a nice line. She'll lead into the corner.
I'm really excited. I wanted this really bad because it's in Melbourne, so I live in Melbourne as well, so I was really excited, and I trained so hard for it, and I really wanted to win it.
Rachel Marshall, 2 times world champion at the age of 19, quite incredible. Now it's time for the men's final, and what a field of competitors we have here. Thomas Alia, the Frenchman, entitled to be red-hot favourite.
Yes, you can see Thomas has been very dominant this weekend. Also, good riders to watch out for, Andy Contes and the Britain riders of Dale Holmes, who's a former world champion, and Dylan Clayton.
Watch for the gate to drop. One of these riders just 1 lap away from the gold medal in this, the 1998 World BMX Championship. The gate now drops, the bikes fly, the blokes on their spokes turn it on at the Melbourne Glass House. The World Championship up for grabs, and the Frenchman Alia is the leader. 2 of them go down, including the Dutchman. Bad luck for them. The Frenchman, the leader, Thomas Alia. Now Andy Contes in second spot, the American. And looking for the Australian John Gawad. He's a little out of the top 3 at the moment.
Yeah, you can see there, Alier's absolutely dominating from the front. The youngster Contes is going very well. And you can see there, John Gawad from Australia has actually picked up a third as the Australian crowd has gone wild.
Alia certainly can't relax. The pressure is forthcoming from Andy Contes, but he's going to get home. Thomas a great race to the finish here. The Frenchman won by a wheel nut right on the line. Second, it was Andy Contes, the American, and third to the line, picking up the bronze medal, the British rider Dylan Clayton. Great stuff at the World BMX Championships. The Frenchman on top, Contes in second, as I've said, and Dylan Clayton from Great Britain in third. Well, that was a fabulous finish.
Yes, it was indeed. You could see Dylan Clayton and Dale Holmes both took over the Australian there, but Thomas Allier just got to the line, and I'd say he'd be a very happy boy.
Now the replay, it was helter-skelter in the early proceedings. Two going down.
Yes, indeed it was. You could see Robert DeWild there and Danny Nelson going down in turn number one. But Allier came through there over the doubles and rode very strongly and has dominated this weekend. A very deserving winner in the 19+ elite man.
Allier, the 23-year-old Frenchman. Watch the replay. How close was it as they went across the line? Contes was throwing everything at him in the final stages. He is delighted.
I'm very, very happy for this World Championship, and I'm feel very good on the man. I take a good start, and I'm so happy.
Thomas Allier, one of the superstars of world BMX racing. Well, that concludes our coverage of the 1998 GT Bicycles UCI World BMX Championships from the Glass House in Melbourne. We're going to leave you with more spectacular vision, some of the highlights of what has been a great week of BMX championship racing. On behalf of my co-commentator, Brendan Arnold, I'm David Tapp. Thanks for your company.
Bikes and all different styles of bikes, and so we sent James Simpson along, and come in, James.
Daryl, how you doing? This may look obscene, but it's not, believe me. Wow! I'm actually on a bike, all right?